Hello there, welcome to the UnNerded Photoshop tutorial. I'm Jake and we're going to be looking at how to make a planet in Photoshop today. I'll be taking you through it. I just want to firstly apologise because I do say a lot and I do say basically a lot. So if you point that out, feel free to count and feel free to say how many times I do it. It will be quite funny. Thank you very much. So let's just get on with this. First of all you need to do is go on to Google, Stone and Moss. Maybe get a texture map like this if you want to. It doesn't really matter what you choose because it will all end up looking roughly the same. Obviously it will have a different image, so it may not, but it will still be, that spherical planet looking shape. So you could get something like that or like this. That could be quite good. Or you could just simply go onto planetpixelemporium.com where you can get any type of planet look-alike texture map here. You get Earth, you get Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, you name it, you get it. Every planet in our solar system. Also, the best thing that I fancy is planet texture maps. If you just type that into Google Images, you get loads of choice here. Basically, here you got an Earth-looking one. You get, I don't know really. They're all kind of alien-looking. Don't really recognise any of them. Obviously, that was Jupiter. But yeah, I think they all look pretty good. So just choose anything you want. And then our next step will be to load it up into Photoshop, so you should have something like this. Okay, the first step, what we need to do, obviously we want a planet looking shape. So you need to select our elliptical marquee tool, which is here. We need to press Shift and Alt together and create a circle within the rectangle, so you get a bit of everything. And then what you need to do is create a new page. So that's Control and N. Make it about 1500 by 1500. You can make it whatever you want actually, but I'm just using that as a square. I'm just going to call it planet. This is going to be a planet, obviously. Okay, so we get something looking like this. Just fill it with black. If you've got this kind of layout down here, it's like Control backspace. If it's the opposite way around, it should be Alt backspace, I believe. So there we go. That's that there. We also need to make this more planet looking. Obviously it's just an elliptical marquee in a circle at the moment. So what we need to do is go to filter up the top. We then need to go down to distort, I believe, and then spherize. Okay, so if you just leave that as amount 100 and keep the mode normal, just press OK. It should spherize. You can spherize it as much as you want. You don't have to do it just once, but for the best effects I reckon just doing it once is fine. So what you need to do now is click this button up here, drag it all the way to the top tab, and then drop it. And there we go. There we have a perfect looking, spherical looking planet. Just go to the layer, call it planet. Okay, and there we go. And just what you can do is just delete that because we don't need it anymore. It's useless. Okay, so now what we need to do is work on the shadow. Shadow, it could get a bit tricky. What you need to do is click on the elliptical marquee tool again. This is my favourite bit of kit for making a planet. Click Shift and Alt again, and then just draw a circle around the planet, just a little bit bigger. So maybe something about that will do. And then what you need to do, is make a new layer. Call that shadow. Okay, and then you need to fill that black, so either Alt back or Control back, depending what way around these are down here. Okay, so that should just be black now. All you need to do now is deselect that, so press Control and D, and then that should disappear, and then go up to Filter, and then Blur, and then we want Gaussian Blur. Okay. This will help create the shadow effect, so basically you can use any radius of pixels you want. You can use something like that if you want to, or you can really do minimal. But I reckon around the 85 mark is kind of the best. So just press, once you've found your perfect one, just press OK. So then you go up to this and you just so then you can move this down into the corner. As you can see, there you go. You've moved that down into the corner now. Not quite happy with that. It's not covering as much as I thought it would. So what I'm going to do is just press Control T so I can transform it. Press Shift and Alt again, just to make it just a little bit bigger. Okay, and probably about there. And there you can see it's got a nice shadow effect there. Okay, all we need now, basically an atmosphere looking thing, so just go onto the planet layer, double click around there, and we want to go into outer glow. You don't have to double click, you could always go into layer and then layer style and then blending options if you want to do that. So click on outer glow, make sure the blend mode is on screen, make sure the opacity is 100, and you want a kind of atmosphere looking colour, so you want a light blue, pale blue, so something like that should be okay. You can choose whether you want softer or precise. You may not see a difference. There's softer there and there's precise there. Precise may be a little bit better. I'm not entirely sure yet. It kind of gives a better effect actually, softer. So, but you can choose whichever one you want. So there you go. That just gives a nice atmosphere around the edge. So all you have to do is press OK, and that's done. Now you can leave your planet like that if you want. I mean, that looks basically finished, but there is an extra thing that we have to do. So create a new layer and call that one highlights, like so. I need to learn to spell actually, so first of all I need to take some English lessons before I teach this. So highlights, and then make sure that blend mode, what's going on with my mouse, is set to overlay. So you change that here, make sure it's overlay. And then you go to your paintbrush tool. So this is quite important here. You'll probably want a size around 50, and you definitely want the opacity around 50%. Okay. Basically, what this is going to do is just highlight where the sun is shining on the planet, so directly on it. So you want to go around the edge basically. So it should, as you can see there, it's starting to brighten up, and you may want to. There you go. As you can see there, it's just shining through. It's making everything a bit brighter, just as the sun should do. Okay, and that should, there you go, looking beautiful. And there you go, that is how you create a planet within Photoshop. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be sure to post another Photoshop video very soon, and speak to you then. See you later.